Hello and welcome to Michelle's Sanctuary. This sleep story was made in collaboration with Slumber, a new partner of mine. Slumber's the ultimate sleep meditation and bedtime story app dedicated to helping you get a good night's rest. They have over 200 sleep meditations, calming stories, and soundscapes, and they add new content every week. With over 8,000 5-star reviews and featured on Apple's App of the Day, my meditations and stories are available on the app as well. The best part about this app is you have the ability to customize and adjust music and soothing nature sounds as a background when you're playing a story or meditation. So exclusive for all of you, you can get a 30-day free trial. The link is below that you can download the app, or you can also go to slumber.fm/Michelle and click the link to download the app and receive your 30-day free trial. Help support this channel by downloading Slumber, and hope you enjoy this collaboration. In this hypnotic bedtime story, I'll guide you through a relaxing adventure in the beautiful area of Banff, Canada, where you may watch the northern lights and enjoy the warmth of a natural hot spring before retiring to your cozy mountain cabin and falling into a restful and deep sleep. As you begin to relax in your bed, you can just listen to my voice as if it is the voice of a trusted friend, and become aware of the sensations in your body. Your body knows what to do to make itself comfortable, so just listen to it for a moment as you take deep breaths in and out, and in and out. Notice any areas where you are holding tension and allow them to relax. With each breath, stillness washes over your body, removing any worries or discomfort. You feel calm and at ease in this moment. And every time you hear me say, "in this moment," your body finds that the sense of stillness and presence you're experiencing right now deepens more and more. This calm feeling will guide you comfortably to sleep. As you become still, you feel almost weightless. You are light and free to go wherever the wind carries you. Perhaps this is what it feels like to be a bird. You imagine yourself traveling, soaring, wings outstretched over an expansive evergreen forest. Below you, clear streams wind their way through the trees, like fingers running through wet sand. Beyond the forest, a lake is nestled among the jagged edges of mountain peaks just against the sky. And past the silvery blue lake is a quaint, picturesque town. Streetlights glow orange along the main roads of the town. It's just before sunrise, and the sky is still adorned in a dark blue cape before the sun brings its palette of yellows and oranges to the horizon. You come down from your reverie of flight to find yourself standing on the sleepy main avenue in this quaint mountain town. Charming wooden buildings with peaked roofs line the road. One by one, their lights flicker on as day approaches. You glance down the road. It's quite straight and lined on either side with small shops and restaurants yet to open for the day. Ahead of you and towering over the town lies Cascade Mountain. Its jagged snow-capped peaks stand tall and majestic. Glacial striations cut across the mountain at an angle, accentuating its height and depth. The snow piles thicken atop each of the parallel lines. Cascade Mountain is one of the jewels of the Canadian Rockies. Like so many of the mountains here, it has a striking appearance. These mountains have borne witness to so many eras in history, and the energy of these days gone by pervades the town. They seem ancient and wise, overlooking the quaint town as if guardians and protectors. Their magnanimous stature allow your everyday cares and worries to feel small in comparison. How fleeting your concerns are against such timeless majesty. And this further deepens a sense of calm within. As you watch, the first rays of morning sun begin to illuminate the edges of the mountain. They glow a fierce gold, but just on one edge, the sun casts a gentler light on the snow below, turning it the color of a blushing rose. The contrast is breathtaking. The town begins to wake up, yawning and stretching and slipping feet into warm, soft slippers. People head to their kitchens for a warm beverage. Across the street, you see an early riser in a warm coat and bright red hat walking his dog. The dog stops to sniff the air. You smile, watching the dog twitch her whiskers and wag her tail. She must like whatever she smells. A few other early birds jog and walk down the tranquil street. A woman waves to you as she runs by. You can see her breath condense as she runs. You take a deep breath and feel the chilly morning air fill your lungs, refreshing you with its metallic taste. As you breathe out slowly, you see a similar cloud billow out from your nose and mouth. It makes you aware and grateful for each breath. As something as simple as a conscious breath is a meditation. The air is brisk and refreshing this morning, but it will warm once the sun rises. It's the perfect time of year to explore the nature around Banff. With a light backpack holding everything you need, you leave the main hub and walk towards the edge of the town as businesses give way to homes, which turn to cabins before blending into the serene forest that offers solitude. Beyond the last rustic cabin, you find a trailhead marked with a tall wooden sign. Neatly etched lettering on the sign indicates that this path leads to one of the many lakes just outside of town. The trail is wide and well maintained. You feel the rolling of your feet across the soft dirt path. Your body finds its own rhythm here. Your arms swing freely as your legs lead the way. Left, right, left, right. You notice your heartbeat falls in sync with your pace, calm and steady. It's quiet out here, save for a few birds high up in the trees. You can hear them chittering to one another from the branches. For just a moment, you close your eyes. The sun has crested over the mountains and warms your face. You feel your other senses take over. Your skin becomes more sensitive to the gentle, fragrant breeze. Your ears perk up. Every sound becomes a scene, pictured in your mind's eye. To your left, there's some kind of small animal rustling the foliage near the ground. To your right, a bird takes off, flapping its wings. Behind you, you can still detect the faintest sounds of cars and people. Ahead, there's a world waiting to be explored. When you open your eyes, you're greeted by two large boulders a little farther up the path. Between them, you can just make out the faint outline of a lake. You stop for a moment beside the larger of the two boulders and reach out your hand, running it along the surface, feeling each edge and striation, listening to the gritty sound of your fingers rubbing the rock. You pull your hand back and continue on your way. You're almost there. The trees thin out near the edge of the lake. The waters are a bright aquamarine, like those of a tropical lagoon. The steep slopes of several mountain peaks convene at the shoreline. The banks of the lake vary widely. In some places, the forest pushes right up to the water's edge. In others, the mountains seem to fall into the lake. In other places, like where you stand, upon large, smooth rocks that line the bank. The surrounding landscape reflects pristinely off of the crystal clear waters. It's so clear that your eyes feel a bit confused staring at it. You turn to your right and wander along the edge of the lake, meandering among and between the rocks, noticing your own balance and how with every step there is a chance to rebalance. And so too have been all the lessons in your life, the unexpected occurrences that have allowed you to grow, to adapt, and to once again find balance. Wedged between two larger rocks is a fallen tree. It's not too old and feels quite sturdy. It makes for a perfect bench. So you put down your bag and take a seat. You let out a deep sigh, enjoying the chance to rest your tired feet. As you feel the roughness of the tree bark on your hands, you notice how quiet it is here. Everything is still, except for a few ripples from a passing breeze. The water seems frozen in time. The chatter of birds is softer too. You remove a snack from your bag. It's your favorite. As you nibble on it, you lean back on the log and close your eyes. You feel a sense of appreciation to be in this special place, to relax in solitude, to enjoy a connection with nature. The breeze blows across your cheeks and you smile. It's freeing being out here. There are no responsibilities, save the one to yourself to enjoy life in this moment. After finishing your snack, you decide it's time to head back to town. You still have a very special piece of this adventure to experience before the day is done. After one more lookout over the pristine lake, you pick up your bag and follow the tried and true trail back to where it started. The walk back seems much quicker than on the way in, you think. You roam through the forest where the birds continue their friendly conversations. Before you know it, you've reached the trailhead. You turn onto the road and follow the sidewalk toward a bridge that lies just a short distance away. The contrast from trail to town is apparent. it sounds different. The cement sidewalk has a uniform pat with each step, while the dirt path was different every time, depending on whether you stepped upon pebbles or twigs or leaves. The conversations of birds in the treetops are replaced with the hum of a passing car and the laughs of a couple holding hands in front of you. The sidewalk feels different underneath your feet, too. It doesn't have the gentle give that a dirt path does. You find something unique and enjoyable about this contrast. It's like the contrast you saw this morning, as the golden sun illuminated one side of Cascade Mountain, while the other side remained under the cover of night for just a moment longer. One can't exist without the other. No light without dark. The balance is intricate. You feel a sense of gratitude just to be a small part of this balance. A few steps further and you reach the bridge. You look down at the Bow River below you. Like everything here, it's filled with its own timeless beauty. On the other side of the bridge, you follow a trail, which parallels a road for quite some time. One step after another, you let yourself get lost in this moment. Seconds, minutes, and hours pass. You're not really sure how long, and you don't really care either. You're content with your thoughts and this experience. You think of the animals that live in the forest, of the town and its people, of the mountains and streams and lakes. Eventually, a little white sign informs you that you've arrived at the famous hot springs. Though the sun has warmed the air, it's still cool outside, but you know it will be warm in the water. You've picked the perfect time to come. The area is completely empty. You change into your bathing suit and head down to the swimming area. The upper hot spring is shaped almost like a snowman. Circles of pools seem to merge with one another, making a spacious and inviting shape. Standing at the edge, the water is a bright crystal blue. Steam rises from the surface of the water and condenses as it hits the cold air above. It floats up, leading your eyes to the breathtaking view out in front of you. Steep, rocky mountains, bearded with evergreen forest. Without a moment's hesitation, you dunk the tip of your big toe into the water. It's quite different from the air resting atop it. You take a moment to adjust, but once you do, you realize how nice it feels. The warmth from your toe flows up your foot and into your leg. It loosens your ankles and knees and sends a warm tingle up your spine. It's a feeling you can't resist. You walk deeper into the pool, slowly and carefully, hearing the swish of the water as you move through it. The warmth surrounds you like a big fluffy blanket. You sink down. The water rises up to your shoulders. You let this gift of nature envelop you gently. It doesn't take long before your entire body relaxes. All the tension in your muscles and joints is gone. And with it, the cares of the day leave too. You pick your feet up from the bottom of the pool and let yourself float on the surface. What a curious sensation, you think. Feeling the cold air on one side of your skin and the warm water beneath you. It soothes the senses. You enjoy having the hot springs to yourself. There's no one else to disrupt your peaceful moment. How lucky, you think. You while away the time in the hot springs, enjoying every bit of relaxation in this moment. You swim slowly from one end to the other. You sit on the underwater stone ledge that runs along the edge of the pool and feel the warm rocks against your skin. Inhaling and exhaling, just sighing it all out, letting it all go. You float on your back and poke your toes up through the water to the sky, relishing in the sensation of warm and cold on different parts of your body. You daydream of animals and plants, forests and lakes, all of which you saw today that come to you in this reverie, playing out like a movie upon the sky above. And then you look up at the sky and realize how much time has passed. The sun is already starting to dip down behind the ridges of the tallest Rockies. It casts a breathtaking alpenglow of reddish orange on the highest peaks. You step out of the pool and towel off. You pull on your warm, dry clothes and go outside for one final look at the hot springs. They look so peaceful, so serene out here, tucked away amongst the trees. You feel peaceful and serene just looking at them. You follow the trail back towards town once again. But this time, you stop when you get to that final cabin at the edge of the woods. This is where you'll be staying the night. A stone pathway leads from the road to the front steps. The cabin is made of a light-colored wood and has a rounded roof. Its well-protected wraparound porch with a few rocking chairs seems like the perfect viewpoint over town. You go inside and make your way toward the wood stove. You pull out a few pieces of paper that serve as a starter. They crunch as you press them into balls and place them at the bottom of the stove. Then you pick out some choice kindling from a black bucket on the hearth as it smells of pine. And finally, you stack a few thicker logs on top, set it alight, and close the metal door. You peer through the window of the stove, watching as the fire blazes to life and immediately begins to warm the cabin with a welcome fragrance of burning wood. In the kitchen, all of the ingredients for hot chocolate are already set out for you. It's as if the universe wants you to enjoy a cup of hot cocoa. After just a moment of preparation, you're holding a mug between your hands, feeling the warmth of the liquid inside radiate through your body. You hold it up to your nose and take a sip. The scent is mesmerizing, preparing you for the intoxicating flavor to follow. Its sweetness and bitterness combine to warm you thoroughly from the inside out. With mug in hand, you head out to the porch. The view from here is spectacular. From one of the rocking chairs, you can see all the way out to the mountain range. The peaks are capped with freshly fallen snow. The quaint town of Banff glistens below as townspeople go about their evening. But the most wonderful part of your view, you think, is what's happening overhead. Brilliant curtains of pink and green wave and shimmer in the sky above. They dance and curve, changing color from time to time. It's a cold, clear night, which makes for the best northern lights. Seeing them overhead makes you think of all the people you know and love. You wonder what they are seeing in the sky above their heads in this moment. Such beauty calls for gratitude, you think, and you are truly grateful, thankful to be on this adventure, thankful for the people you love and love you, thankful for the spectacular celestial show in front of you, thankful for a relaxing dip in the hot springs, thankful for the warm cup of cocoa in between your hands, thankful for the air you're breathing, simply thankful to be alive in this moment. You raise your mug of hot chocolate to the sky above, offering a salute to this beautiful world you've experienced today. After another sip, you feel a yawn coming on. It has been a very long day, filled with many kinds of adventures. You finish your drink and head back inside, back to where a warm bed is waiting for you. On top of the bed is a soft, thick blanket and a set of luxury sheets in your favorite color palette. You take off your coat and hang it on the hook by the door. You remove your shoes and socks and get into your pajamas, which wrap you in a gentle hug. You pull back the covers and run your hand along the crisp, clean sheets. Then you climb into the bed and snuggle down in the covers, sealing you in for the night. Out the window, you can still catch the faintest glimpse of the night sky and the beautiful show of northern lights above. The fire burns softly in the stove, creating a relaxing hum, intermixed with an occasional crackle and pop. From where you're laying, you can see the fire sending shadows through the window of the wood stove. They dance on the wall of the cabin. It's been the most wonderful adventure, you think. You almost don't want to sleep, so that this day never ends. But you listen to your body, relaxed from bathing in the hot springs. You hear the beckoning call of a peaceful dream, and so you decide that in this moment you'd like to rest. You close your eyes to find the colors of the northern lights playing on the backs of your eyelids. You're not sure if it's the peaceful dream already arriving or the memory of your day replaying. But either way, you're content in this moment to drift off to sleep, finding peace, finding rest. And as you feel so heavy and at ease, you may allow yourself to drift further and further away from my voice to the beckoning of the dreams to come, going deeper and deeper down, drawing into yourself as you go deeper and deeper within. And I am going to count you down to the bridge towards sleep. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finding bliss, finding peace, finding sleep. Good night.